Welcome back to Rach's Real Talk episode 6 this time, where we delve into the unique challenges and experiences of parenthood during menopause. Remember to like and share this video to anyone who you may think will need to hear this. So we'll explore the emotional and physical aspects of having children while navigating the complexities of menopause. Now, when I was in my 20s as a young mom, I often wondered what it would have been like if I had children at a later stage in life. So I could have spent more time traveling solo, not with baggage. Children are baggage. But now that I'm older and I'm in menopause, I'm actually grateful that I didn't have to battle these symptoms whilst parenting young children. So right now, I literally could imagine myself walking out of a car, going into Sainsbury's and thinking, didn't I have something with me earlier? Yep, I'd leave my child in the car seat, forgetting that I had a baby if I was a parent now in menopause. My brain fog is so bad, I could literally forget that I've had a child. Okay, so it's a good job I had my children early. But I suppose there really are pros and cons to being a young and mature parent. Okay, so let's talk about the emotions a woman experiences when she chooses to have a baby later in life. So these emotions can include excitement, apprehension, and guilt. Many women may experience feelings of uncertainty about their ability to parent effectively, and also they may feel that their young child would benefit more from having a young mom. So these feelings and these doubts that they may experience. You may be career driven. You don't want to give up your career, and maybe you don't even want to drop down to part-time hours. So you've got all these emotions to face and these decisions. Young moms also face the same emotions and the same anxieties. However, they're not going through menopause at the same time. So that's the difference. This is what we're talking about today. So the advice that I would give a mom with young children in menopause are to find coping strategies. So this may include seeking therapy or finding support groups or family members. The good thing about having classes nowadays is that they're geared towards just moms. How many moms today attend mother and baby classes? So that's great. But at the same time, you do need to practice self care. So just attending Pilates classes, menopause Pilates classes, yoga, and even things like self care trips to the hairdresser. Because in a 7-day week, a young mom does not always look the way she wants to look within that 7-day period. Why? Because there's so much to do in the week, you haven't got time to think about brushing your own hair or getting yourself all ready. So just having that little you time, going to a spa, going to the hairdressers, these are the things that help an older mom to feel better while transitioning through perimenopause into menopause. Society often holds stereotypes and judgments about individuals who choose to become parents later in life, particularly during menopause. Because let's face it, until your periods totally stop, you can fall pregnant at any time in menopause. Yeah, that there is no stop time to falling pregnant until you're in postmenopause. So you want to build a supportive network of friends and family members who are in agreement with your decision to become an older parent. Some women as old as 45 want to try for their first baby. Society will judge you. Seek support from your family and your friends who are on your side. So let's think about the symptoms then of menopause that can make parenting a young child a lot harder. Now, I didn't have children when I was in menopause. They weren't young toddlers. So how can I then say that there is a struggle for a parent or a mom going through menopause with a toddler? Well, simply because I witnessed my own mom do it. Now I'm 42. I have a sister who is 23. Okay, that's a big age gap. So I saw my career driven mom battle these same emotions herself. So I'm going to tell you this story now. My mom was at work at the age of 44 experiencing intense stomach pains. So the company that she worked for, BMW, they had a medical team on site, and then they also had a hospital in Oxford close by. And they were obviously concerned about why my mum was experiencing these stomach pains. So the medical team at work sent her off to the hospital. So she was asked there, have you ever had gallstones? No. You got an issue with your gallbladder? No. So they were like, okay, do you think you could be pregnant? She was like, absolutely not. She said, from the age of 27, after I had my last child, that was me. I couldn't have children. All my tubes were tied. I had fallopian tube issues. So I already was told that I couldn't have children. However, I still tried for IVF and it failed. So I just didn't carry on. They said, okay, no worries then. So we'll probably just take a scan anyway, just to see what's causing the pain. She was like, yep, no problem. So they'd done the scan. And then the doctor said to her, oh, can you see that on the screen? And my mum went, yeah, what's that? And he said, and it's floating. And she was like, yeah. And he was like, that's your baby. My mum was like, you what? And he was like, yep, you're having a baby. She was like, are you crazy? I'm 44. And he's like, wow, God had other plans. So my mum fell pregnant at 44, being told at the age of 27 that she could no longer have kids. She was a department manager. She was career driven. And all she was thinking about now is, I got to do this all over again. You what? So at the time, my mum was in perimenopause. So clearly, these anxieties that she would experience anyway as a mom, as a pregnant woman, were heightened now because she was in perimenopause. So we have to think about the fact that as a mother in menopause with young children, your brain fog is going to be a lot more prominent than when you're just, in your 20s and you forget what you came into the kitchen for. So there is a lot more anxieties. Then you have to think about homework with young children is not the same as doing homework with young children and going through menopause. So if I was to think about me right now, coming home with a 4 or 5 year old, taking out her school books and going through the homework, how would I cope with that? To be honest with you, I think I'd have to get a tutor. I don't think I could cope with that. So we know that there's a lot of um, issues around parenting and menopause. Obviously, it can be done because it's being done every single day. But we also need to think about the fact that you may feel as though you're failing. You feel like you're failing before you've even started. If you're 40 plus and you have children under the age of 5, sometimes you're going to question yourself, asking yourself, am I doing this right? What am I doing wrong? Why am I always feeling agitated and irritable and frustrated? And then when you think about the fact that you already feel low in confidence or your self-esteem is low, your body's changed, probably going through a little bit of postnatal depression, all of that on top of menopause, it's a lot. So, really and truly, what would I encourage someone who is in menopause with young children to start working on your health again? And think about it, even parents, even moms, should I say, who want to do that, all they're thinking about is, where's the time? How can I fit that in? So now you decide it's time to start working on me. This is me now working on myself, my fitness, my health. So you're just about to join your old gym. You call them up. Hi, how much would it be to reinstate my membership? And then you forget, oh, yeah, I've got no childcare. How can I do that? Sorry, I'll call you back. You can't join your old gym. Not everybody has the flexibility or the support from family to just ship their child off while they go to the gym for an hour. So then you think, forget it. There's nothing I can do. I can't work out. I can't train. There's no point in me trying until they're older. But let's think about it. Can we even start working on our health before we even jump into exercise? Absolutely. Let's think about how you can do that just from changing your nutrition, just from tweaking the things that you already eat and just adding things into that food that's best for you. Then, while you're thinking about doing a home workout, you start doing a few push ups, a few sit ups. Then you've got the toddler jumping on your back, running all over you. And then you're like, forget it. There is just no way I'm going to be able to think about me right now. Of course, though, it's not all doom and gloom because being a parent is so rewarding. Doesn't matter what age you are, it is obviously rewarding. But we have to be realistic to the fact that no matter what age we become a mom, our health should still be a priority. Yeah, it doesn't matter what age our children are. We shouldn't have the excuse of saying, well, when they're older, I'll start thinking about me. So we want to prioritize our health. Does being healthy make it easier to care for another human being? Absolutely. Does having more energy make it easier to care for a toddler? Absolutely. Does your relationship with food have an impact on your child's mental health? Yeah, it does. Even things like weighing yourself in front of a child can affect them as they get older. Even you doing multiple diets, one after the other, can affect a child who is visibly watching and observing you when they get older. The amount of children today who suffer with an eating disorder, you have to wonder, where did they get the thought process of this food is not good for me, or this food is making me look a certain way that I'm not happy with, or I don't like my body, so I don't want to eat nothing. Where does that come from? Because if you drop your child to the school gate, at school, they should just be learning about things at school. Nothing to do with diet, especially in primary school, nothing to do with diet and health. They're just running around the playground, messing about, doing the work that's set, coming home. Where are they learning about health, their body parts, how they look, how they should feel? Well, it's got to be within the family. So, you fixing your relationship with food is going to help to have a great impact on a child growing up. So, let's think about it then. How can you prioritize your own health if you have no time to work out at a gym, no time you feel to work out at home? So, what do? Go out for walks. If you really can't spare 30 minutes to train or exercise at home, put your child in a pram, or if they're walking, take them out to the park and walk. Stay active, because a lot of parents, when they're suffering with low self-esteem or they're anxious and overwhelmed, they actually don't go out enough. And when they're not going out enough, the child's not getting stimulated from the outdoor air. So everybody's at home, TVs, tablets, overeating, over snacking. Everyone becomes irritable, everyone becomes overtired. So these things that you can help yourself with is also going to have a great impact on everyone else. So there is a lot of anxiety and overwhelm around menopause, growing up young children. That doesn't mean that young women or young moms who aren't in menopause don't have these same anxieties, because of course they do. But now we're talking about a hormonal imbalance that you have no control over. You can't control what your side effects from menopause are going to be, but you can control how you eat and how often you move. So that's what I want to leave you with, really. So as we conclude this episode, I hope I've shed some light on the complexities and realities of parenthood during menopause. Remember, though, regardless of age or your reproductive stage, every individual's journey to parenthood is valid and deserving of support and understanding. So, join us next time in episode 7 as I discuss with you the link between ADHD and eating disorders.